That's Maurice and Dottie. Dottie knows her name. All right, I said Maurice. That's Milkshake. I don't even know their name. This is what happens when the wind's blowing and it's cold outside. They come in here and get the snooze on over here by the wood stove. Back on the B414. Getting a little bit of stuff done to it. My breather cap came in. I ordered one. Got lucky. They had it the right color. I thought this was 2-inch. It's not. It's 2-inch, but I ordered one that was 2 1/4. This one fits right. I have to sand it and paint it black. Ain't a big deal. Got the old snowblower out the other day. Cranked it up. It's the best insurance you can have right here for snow. Buy one of these, and you won't have to worry about it. It won't snow, or at least down here where I live. But this old thing, it had a Tecumseh on it, and some people may say Tecumseh's a good motor, and I would be sort of inclined to say yeah, but I never have liked them. The carburetor I always thought was kind of hard to work on. I didn't like, that's the main reason it's got a Predator on it now. The Tecumseh that was on this, the carburetor was messed up. So I said, well, okay, I'll fix it. I'll work on it. Well, the Tecumseh that happened to be on this, I don't know much about the numbers or what it was. It was probably I don't know, 8 horsepower or something maybe. But that's regardless. But the way it was made, you had to take the muffler off to get to the screw to the carburetor. Well, I was like, okay, no big deal. 2 screws going in there. Well, I broke one of the screws off. I said, well, no problem. It rung off the head, so I'll just try to take the other one out and get it out. You know, it'll slide over the stud. Well, then I actually broke the screwdriver trying to get that one out. Broke it in half. So I said, well, I'll be dog. So I finally got the muffler off. Well, then the 2 screws that held the carburetor in, well, they were stuck just as well as that one was. So I got a little frustrated with it, and needless to say, the Tecumseh lost and I won, or if you want to look at it that way. It came off. I like these Predator motors. I mean, you know, they're cheap. You get them Harbor Freight. People want to know anything about them. I mean, I have bought several of these, and I've only had one that I actually had any trouble with, and it was kind of my own fault that it had a problem. These engines got a low oil shut off on them. They got a nice switch. They got a fuel shut off over it. I mean, it's a Honda clone, but I mean, it's well made. The one thing I don't like about them is that metal gas tank, but I have yet to have any problem with them. But I can see if you keep it outside and don't put it in the building, you might have some problems. The drive system on this thing is a lot like a snapper, the way it works. But back to the Predator. The one I had that messed up, I had it on a wheel horse or a Troy-built garden tiller. And I love a Troy-built garden tiller. But whoever designed how to put the belts on a Troy-built, oof, they're challenging to say the least. But that's my dad's old chainsaw there. And then he's working on that. That's at 372, where it was. He got the coil in for it. So put it together. But the Troy-built tiller is what I put this Predator on, and it actually, I was walking it, and I walked it a good ways, and if you know about Troy-built, it's rear tine, so I lifted up on the handlebars a lot and leaned it too far forward, and it ran, I assume, just a little, it cut the rear seal out of the motor. I had it leaned too far forward, which is kind of the same principle like if you have a push mower and you're mowing on a hillside with it, or a riding mower for that matter, and you don't have a good oil pump in it, or a oil pump period, and it's on a steep hillside, the oil's gonna go to one side and then you're gonna do something to the motor, which is what happened. I did that myself. That's what happened. I know that's what happened because it started smoking. I was walking it, and that's what got it. The engine still ran, it just leaked oil profusely out the rear seal of the motor. But I gave it to a buddy of mine. He's already fixed it, and he's using it on something. But they're just a good, tough motor. I mean, they got the same bolt pattern as a Briggs, same bolt pattern as a Tecumseh. The crank is usually same size and stuff on these motors and stuff as the comparable engine that you'd get in the Tecumseh. So everything bolts right up and works fine. I did have one problem with this thing. That's why you got this crazy piece of angle iron right here in this, but I mean, it works just fine. Like you can see right here, I had to kick this stuff out to the side a little bit. It was going to be in the way. The Tecumseh wasn't that big and bulky, so not a big deal. I just, it works. I never thought these snowblowers was much count. We got one at work. The one at work, they bought it new. It's got tracks on it instead of these tires. These tires got chains, so I guess it'll do all right. I got this mostly from my parents, used over on their driveway. A snowblower just works great. That one at work is super fun to use. What little bit of snow we've had some big snows. We've had some 14, 16-inch snows at work, and which is uncommon for that area, North Carolina. But I live in Virginia, but work in North Carolina, and it's just fun to use. I enjoyed using it. We used to shovel sidewalks, so you can imagine. I mean, if shoveling the sidewalks and stuff in the patio at work, it was a job. And the snowblower made it a whole lot easier. I forget what kind it is, but it's a good snowblower. But I get it out, take it in the shop, and make sure it runs, and it's never failed. But this thing, I can't wait to use it because my parents' driveway is paved. I just have a gravel driveway, so it won't be too good for me. But I usually take a tractor and a blade and work my driveway. I've got one of those I can't remember the name of it. So electric snow blower. I'm gonna use it on my sidewalks. Excuse me. I'm gonna use it on my sidewalks, and hopefully it'll do good. But anyway, excuse me. Got the sneezes there, dusty. But anyway, it's hard to beat old Predator. I went and worked up some wood, used the old 268 a little bit, got my dad to sharpen chain on that. I'd hit something with it. Got the rope put back in this 254. That wasn't a bad job. But I'm gonna try to get in some wood a little bit more before it gets too wet. It's supposed to turn off and get to raining. I got a little bit of oak over here. Just went and got just a little bit ago. Little bit rotten, but it's still good in the middle. That been laid on the ground, got a little bit of rot where the bark is, but it's still good wood. It's putting heat out, so that's all that counts. But next week, I hope to get some progress on this thing. My parts are coming in. Key switch, extra solenoid to finish wiring up everything like I want it. I may even go to Tractor Supply or somewhere or look on eBay about getting me some LED work lights. Yeah, I know some people probably don't care to do that, and go from the original stuff, but this light's good. These lights back here, this one, I might could get that to work, but I ain't gonna fool with it. And this light over here is broke. I could probably fix that, but these old incandescent lights, they just ain't real, I don't know, they just ain't super bright, and it seem like they always give trouble. I'm gonna put some LEDs on the hood up there and just let it go, put an LED on the fender, and then I'm gonna also try to put my work light right there with my relay on it, and has a flasher on the back, so it'll be a little safety. Never hurt, because I do have to go on the road a good bit. Not a whole lot, maybe 2 or 3 miles, which is enough on a tractor when I cut hay around here on some of my neighbors' places and stuff, and get some work done. But looking forward to getting this thing done, and you know, I enjoy working on it. But I need to work on that 454. I got a power steering leak on it, and that Canadian Redneck channel, that guy does a lot of work on these 414s, 250s, 275s, whatever this tractor is in this the other series of it. He does a lot of work and does a lot of good, really good videos. So if you have one of these and have anything you're working on it, if you watch his stuff on YouTube, he's got very good videos. I did finally find a tack cable that fits this. You order these gauges and stuff from India, and I felt bad because this is a brand new tack. You know, I was kind of tickled to get it 0 hours and actually put it on the tractor, but the connection on the back, this is 1/2 inch or 12 millimeter or whatever you want to call it. The tack cable they sent, I ordered the tack cable and the whole set of gauges, and the tack cable didn't fit either end, that end or the tractor end. I don't know what, you don't ever know what you're getting sometimes when you order it overseas. But I don't know if you can see that in there, but that's the same size as the back of the gauge. So it's the same size end on both ends of the cable, so I'm getting that. I just think it'd be neat to actually see how many hours I use something, you know. You kind of guess at it, but you don't ever know. So, well, I better go. I gotta let this cat out. She's wanting out, and this one's still sleeping. Like and subscribe.